My thesis is keto. I'm creating a playful and educational experience to help users build a stronger connection with plants. Do you have plants at home? Do you know their names? Do you treat them as friends, pets, or decorations? We're so close to plants, while we're so far from plants. Elizabeth and James, two botanists, define the term plant blindness as the inability to see or notice plants in one's own environment. Because of lacking visual attention cues and their inactive habits, our brains tend to ignore plants. Our plant blindness contributes to our limited interest in plants. Since primary school, we have very limited botanical content in school curricula. Fewer and fewer students are enrolled in botanical majors, and universities are shutting down botanical programs. Public funding for plant science is drying up as well, and this exacerbates our plant blindness. This vicious spiral has never been considered as a critical problem until we are facing huge environmental issues now. It's time to make a change. Helping people understand plants, education is the crucial part, while getting people interested in the interaction is important too. When talking about education, people get exposed to plants the earlier the better, so I want to put children as my target group at the beginning of my project. I interviewed two children's psychology researchers for suggestions. They both mentioned that game is the most real thing for kids, while one suggested that I don't have to limit it to children and it should be for everyone, and playing is not children's privilege. And I try to get inspirations from the interactions between human and human, human and animal, human and object to see what can be added to our interaction with plants. Considering the researches and interviews I've did, I chose learning, understanding, and playing as my focus for human-plant interaction. For learning, we need a clean and simple interface. A smartphone app is the best candidate. To understand plants, we need sensors to translate plants' language. For playing, I want it to be not only playful to humans but also beneficial to plants. And considering the inactive characteristic of plants, I want to loosen the limitation by creating an experience that combines the real and the virtual. And I come up with my project statement. I'm creating an educational and playful experience for people of all ages to understand plants and build a stronger connection with plants. Considering the feasibility, I'm targeting small plants at this stage, and the experience will be a combination of the real and the virtual. And I did some research about the related products. Existing smart planters have no feedback system based on the plant status. Plant apps are more like tools in providing facts, but not trying to get people interested. And I found that the concept of virtual pets is amazing, that people can be emotionally connected to it, even if it's not real. When I start my form ideation, I noticed that there is a plant shaking trend on TikTok, that people shake their plants vigorously in those videos. And that kind of motion is proved to be beneficial to plants, that it stimulates the plant and mimic the wind blowing on it, which help the plants grow stronger stems. So I'm combining the tumbler toy with the planter to create a similar shaking motion in my first form study. Then I went to Evat for suggestions, and I did a second form study to improve the design affordance. I separated the planter into two parts and added an interaction cue in the first form study, and here is some of my model making process. My project includes a physical product and a virtual product, and I will explain it in two sessions. Here is the first session, Keto Smart Planter. The smart planter has the top part and the bottom part. They are connected using magnet, and here is how it works. The bottom part has a built-in Bluetooth system which allows real-time monitor for the plant. The top part has sensors for temperature, moisture, light, pH, and fertilizer. An NFC chip is used here to harvest energy from a smartphone over a short distance to power sensors and exchange data with the smartphone. In other words, these sensors do not require an individual battery to work, but can be activated by tapping a smartphone on the sensing area. Users can acquire the latest data by tapping smartphone on it, while the data shown on the smartphone won't update until tapping on the planter again. This semi-real-time system is acceptable, considering the parameters of the plants won't change abruptly. Moreover, it encourages users to get back and check the status of their plants regularly. Users can tap on the orange circle on the base to get feedback of the connected plant. The planter would tell if the plant is having a good day or not, based on the acquired data. Here's the color study I did for the planter. These colors are safe for different types of color blindness. The top part comes with 3 color options, and the bottom part comes with 2. They are all made of ABS plastic by injection molding. The bottom part has a more textured finish for better grip and tactile impression. The planter now has 2 size options. Next, I will talk about the second section, which is the Keto app comes with the smart planter. Here is the main page of the app, and I will start by showing how to add a new plant. I can explain more in the Q&A if you have any questions. Users can check the status of those registered plants in the plant desk. These little circles indicate the freshness of the data, which will fade from orange to gray as time goes by. It works as a reminder for users to check back on their plants. The fading speed will be different for different plants. Users can tap into each registered plant for more information. The first tab displays the status of the plant in detail. Based on the data, some quick tips are provided for users to take an action. Users can post it in the community to ask for help as well. The stars here represent the intimacy level, which is based on the time you've been taking care of this plant and how well you are maintaining this plant. By increasing the intimacy level, users can unlock outfits for the plant. The second tab shows more detail and scientific information about these plants. In addition to the data freshness, a special notification will show on the main page to remind users to update the data of their plants. Plants will hide behind their corresponding planter after a period of time. Tapping on the planter and updating the data can bring them back in the main page. And for now, I have developed 2 games. The first game is controlling the plant character to catch raindrops. Users will use the smart planter as a joystick to move the character around. Users need to catch as much raindrops as possible until they've collected enough water for the plant. After this point, users will try to dodge the following raindrops instead. The idea of this game is to spread the concept that plants need the right amount of water. The second game is finding the best location for your plants to grow. Utilizing the light sensor, users can move their plants around their apartment to find the place with the most suitable lighting. The idea of this game is to help users see the world from the perspective of the plant, eliminates the ambiguity or uncertainty of following care instructions found on the internet, and encourage users to explore in the real world around them. This game is designed for 2 persons to play together. The idea of the community function is to provide a more collaborative experience for users. They can ask for help, show off their plants with newly unlocked outfits, and remind their friends to update their plants in the community. which could help users to be more persistent in taking good care of their plants. I showed my project to gardening class instructors at the Brooklyn Botanic Garden, and I got very positive feedbacks. My next step would be making a functional prototype and finishing the interface of the app. Thank you.